he was never selling. So I'm like, how the fuck does this guy have all this shit?
Yeah.
And I come to realize now that I'm not there anymore, he had 12 other businesses in the background that he just made it look like it was coming from this one. It's not.
It's like politicians, insider trading. It's like Nancy Pelosi having what is her salary? Like 150,000. Her net worth's like 150 million.
Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
Good?
Cool. Yeah, we're good to rock. So another episode of Adversity Kings. We were already ripping before I had to tell Dante to shut up because we got to get it all on the podcast. But I'll open up with this and we'll jump right back into what we were talking about. Dante, you're 20?
21.
21 years old.
21, 22 in October coming up here.
Let's go, dude. So yeah, 21, going to be 22 soon. And been in sales since you graduated high school, I would imagine.
I did. So fresh out of high school, I did 1 year of business school. Okay. I knew I was going to go into business. My dad was a salesman. He does medical sales.
Oh, okay. For like Stryker or for like what company?
For AstraZeneca is what it's called. It's oncology sales, so like chemo to doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to do sales right off the bat. I did 1 year of college because that's what my dad had to do for his medical sales. Correct. He had to go to college. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I got to go to school like if I want to get a job like my dad, which is what I wanted to do at the time. So I went to school. It was cool. Did just about nothing but party for about a year straight, you know, bars Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
And quickly realized, like, I was still a good student. Don't get me wrong. I got 3.8 GPA. Like, I got my shit done. But I like to have my fun for sure. And I quickly realized, okay, I'm sitting here taking math 1000, trying to go get into sales, run my own business. Every single teacher that I'm learning from hasn't ran a business. They don't run a business. Correct. What am I doing here? Spending money at college, not doing anything but wasting my time, going to the bars all the time. So I quickly realized, like, this crowd of people that I'm hanging out with which was my same crowd that I grew up in high school. Like, I went to the college 4 hours away from our hometown that everybody goes to. And I went there not because I wanted to, because all the boys were going. Yeah. So I was just being a follower. I said, fuck it, we'll go to school. Did my year, and then eventually it took, dude, a year of partying, getting drunk, doing nothing, doing what college kids do to me, till I realized, I looked in the mirror, like it was like probably Wednesday, Thursday, towards the end of the year, my freshman year. I looked in the mirror, it's like 2 a.m. and I got home from the bar and I'm just pissed drunk. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? And I think 2 weeks later, I moved to Arizona and started knocking doors for solar.
Wow. So are you like 19 when you start knocking doors to solar? 19,
yeah.
And then how long did you wrestle? You said you wrestled.
I wrestled for 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, from like pre-K all the way up till senior year. Now things got a little iffy in high school. I've had 5 shoulder surgeries. I've had labrum replacements. I've had bicep tendon repaired. And I stopped wrestling because of that. Like so what happened in 8th grade, I got my first surgery, was wrestling my whole life, got my first surgery in 8th grade. Freshman year, I came back for my first practice after that surgery, tore it again. First practice, had another surgery. Sophomore year, I came back to wrestle because I wrestled all year round, freestyle, folk style, Greco. Yeah. Like outside of high school, you could wrestle club. So I would go do that. And I would even go to like high school practice. Right after high school practice, I would drive 45 minutes and go to club practice.
What state were you in?
Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I grew up, born and raised Ohio when I was about 5. So I guess born and raised Minnesota, you could say. Yeah. When I was about 5, I moved to Minnesota, and that's where I grew up.
Was it for dad's work?
Yep. Okay. Dad's work. But yeah, so I got those shoulder surgeries, came back my sophomore year, so now I'm 16, trying to go back to wrestling, because that was my passion. Like, that's what I did my whole life. I loved it. And my brothers, I grew up with 2 brothers. They were wrestlers. Younger, so we were always both older twins, 2 older twin brothers.
Who was the best wrestler?
My brother Rocco, for sure. And I think he just lasted longer in the sport. Like he went to college. He was definitely the better wrestler. Yeah. But back to where I was going. So I had now sophomore year, I've had 3 surgeries. I said, fuck it. Like, I'm done. Don't care to go to college for it anymore. Don't care. So I didn't wrestle my sophomore year because of surgery. Junior year, didn't even care to do it. Didn't go out. And then senior year, we had a good team. We had a shot at making it to state. So my boys and all my friends that were wrestlers that grew up with me, they were like, dude, you need to come back out. Like, your weight class 152 is the only spot we need. Other than that, we got some freshman kid that's, 145 soaking wet, but we're going to throw him out there 152. So I was like, fuck it, I'll come wrestle. I wrestled team events. If you know how wrestling works at all, there's individual tournaments and then there's team events. Individuals more like you're going to get your name out there. You're going to go to college. You want to win those tournaments. didn't care about college at this point. I was like, my boys are doing it. They got a good team. I'll help the team out. So I wrestled strictly strictly team events.
Yeah.
And that's it for my senior year. And then I did have a couple colleges, but I didn't, I was over it, went to school, and that's.
Who was your favorite wrestler in general, I guess?
My favorite wrestler growing up, probably, Logan Stieber, Ohio State.
Sounds super familiar.
There's a Logan and Hunter Stieber.
Were they 150?
125. They're
125?
Little guys. I grew up wrestling around people like Mark Hall.
Okay.
In the same room as those types of guys, if you know them.
And that name sounds familiar. I went to the first ever duel I went to was Penn State versus Iowa.
Ooh,
it was for Real Woods. And I actually got to meet Dan Gable. I want to see if I had the picture. And it was what's so crazy, bro, is I watched the match Matt side.
Yeah.
Like the dude that got me out there. I used to, so I did jiu-jitsu, 10th Planet. I've done jiu-jitsu forever for the last 4 years. Yeah, I know
you're very involved in the combat sports even nowadays, right?
Yeah, bro.
I see you on your story getting beat up all the time.
Literally getting beat up all the time. And then this is so crazy. So this is me, Matt's side.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Gable. And then I sat Matt's side watching with these two UFC legends. You got Clay Guida, and then you got.
Yeah, I don't know too much. I know the new guys in UFC, the active guys.
That's Holly Holm.
I know Holly Holmes.
Yeah, that's Holly Holmes, and then that's Clay Guida. And then so the guy that brought me out, and he's just like a silent, like just straight pimp, just an OG. His name's is I think it's Israel. So Izzy Style Wrestling is the camp they got out in Illinois, which is right beneath Minnesota.
Sounds familiar,
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, this dude, he's legit, bro. Like he's the man. And what's crazy is he's probably in his late 30s. And I remember like I went to go get him on a podcast. Show up to a camp, and I got my suit on and everything like that. And he's like, has his coach or assistant like take me. He's just like point me to the back room. Was like, yo, go change. Put me in wrestling gear, just like simple short shirt, whatever, and made me do a practice. And he's like, yeah, you got to practice with us before I consider doing a podcast. I do like an hour and a half Greco practice.
So all upper body on your
all
feet.
Upper body, bro.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half, and I'm like jujitsu endurance.
Yeah.
That's like sit down, you know what I mean, butt scooter,
Yeah, going to guard.
And now it's like freaking, you know what I mean, all upper body standing, throwing, and I think we were like laying down too, and you had to like try to throw guys, and I'm like, oh my god! And it was like an international Greco team was in for a big tournament, so I wasn't going against
what
like
time of year was it?
It was the middle of the summer.
It was probably the Fargo tournament.
Yeah, something
like
crazy,
the biggest
bro.
of wrestling.
These guys, some of them couldn't even talk English. It was literally like, and I was like, "What is going on?" I threw up at the end of the practice. It was insane, and we didn't do the podcast. But he's a G, bro, just a straight G. So I have such respect. When I asked you before, I was like, "Hey, I want an intro, just something cool, nothing too cheesy." And you're like, "Hey, listen, what's cool insurance wise, guys, is he started out 2 months into the captive space and." Probably didn't see much from that, but within 7 months of going into, and for those of you that are watching that don't know the difference, just think of in the insurance sales world, you have freedom and then you have slavery. So he started in like slavery and was limited to a product, limited to certain resources and different things it's just limited. It's self-explanatory. And then within 7 months, he's built up a business that's, technically on a fiscal pace of $5 million. So roughly $500,000 a month is being issue paid to your team on a monthly basis, correct?
Yeah.
So you guys can do the math on that. But what I really liked is, and he said, he's like, dude, well, I'm young, but I wrestled. And I was like, dude, as soon as he said he wrestled, I was like, it's gonna be chill because I got a lot of respect for that. So
super cool,
dope, bro. So you are young, 21 years old. What's the hardest thing you've gone through in your life up to this point?
Honestly, it was
probably the surgeries.
I mean, the surgeries sucked because wrestling was a big emotional thing, and then it sucked sitting there watching my brother get to wrestle all year round, not have to deal with all this bullshit, and I'm sitting here what sucks the most is, especially wrestling, you can look at people and you can be like, it's just like sales, like you can look at some people and be like, okay, I'm better than that guy. I know I'm better than that guy. And what sucks is watching the kids win tournaments that you're better than them.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part, but I think honestly, be outside of the surgeries like that, I was still like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter. I think the biggest thing was that shift leaving Fargo, North Dakota is where I went to college. Yeah. I left NDSU, North Dakota State University, and literally in the span of 2 weeks, I went from North Dakota to living in Phoenix, Arizona, and just figuring out how to survive. Because I'll spin it back a little bit. My grandparents, my dad's dad's college dean, dad's mom, so grandma, she's a college professor.
Wow.
Dropping out of college was not a conversation that you could just bring up to those. So what I did was I was like, okay, mom, dad, I don't like my college. I don't like NDSU. School ends here in 2 weeks. I'm gonna finish out my freshman year, but I want to go to ASU, Arizona State University. Yeah. So I went there with my last little $1,500 to my name, got an apartment I got a sublease. Yeah. On campus. So it looked like I was going to school. I had no intention of going to school whatsoever. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to ASU. Like, I want to be happier. It's snowy. It's cold here in Fargo. I don't like it here.
Were there any grizzly bears?
Yeah.
You ever see any?
I saw dead ones on the side of the road. Yeah. My brother's a charter fisherman. So he runs his own like fishing business. People pay him to take them out fishing in Minnesota. Never big hunters, but I have a lot of friends that would go grizzly bear hunting.
I had an Alaskan guide hunter on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's cool.
Super sick, bro. Kodiak bears is it's a grizzly bear. It's a different version. It's on just Kodiak Island in Alaska.
It's the big black ones, right?
So they're different variations of colors, but they just have a constant food supply. So grizzly bear and brown bear are the same thing. It's just a brown bear is a little more docile because of the constant food supply. They're classified as a grizzly bear. When they don't have a constant food supply, they're a little more aggressive. That's where they're a little more inner woods. So I don't know. There's like certain longitude, latitude. Once you cross that line of like now you're in grizzly bear territory versus you're in brown bear territory, and that's just Alaska. I don't know if that applies to other bear places, but it's from being a child, my biggest childhood fear was bears. Yeah, and now I get like obsessed with them. Like, dude, I got to get someone on here that kills bears, talks about bears, etc.
No, you got Adam coming up, right?
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Bear.
He shot up. Can I call him real quick?
See if he shot it. Yeah, call him. Let's see if Adam picks up.
If he doesn't pick up, that means he's on with the client.
Closing one down.
Closing ethos, he said.
Come on, fire. Hey, who were you closest with growing up, mom or dad?
Now dad.
Yeah.
So it's super weird. I was very close with both of them.
Yeah.
Actually, and I'm still very close with both of them.
Yeah.
But growing up, they were always there. My dad traveled a lot for his work.
Yeah.
Traveling for sales, going to different hospitals, different territories is what they called it. So that grew up mostly mom, but obviously my dad wasn't out of the picture. Don't get me wrong. He was there. He just worked a lot.
Yeah.
But he would he was making every sporting event. He would always be there for things that he needed to be there for, that he should be there for. So I was very close with both of them, just in different aspects.
Yeah.
And then now I'm still very close with both of them, but I talk to my mom and dad completely differently because now they're divorced. Growing up, they were together.
Okay.
Just last year, they got divorced. So it's kind of different and weird. It's shifting.
Yeah.
But I'm very close with them both. But definitely now, business wise, that I'm deep into the business, my dad for sure.
Yeah. How's that change been? More so with them knowing, hey, listen, I'm obviously not in school now, and I'm making, I don't know what you'll do, $500,000+ over the next 12 months of income. What is that like? How are they taking to that? Are they still in denial?
No, I mean, it took a minute because, like I said, the whole college deal, dropping out of college, kind of made it look like I was going to ASU for school right away. I moved there. It was all part of the plan, but it had to happen quick.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had to figure out something between my freshman year and before I start my sophomore year at ASU. Okay. I had 3 months to figure out something. So I was got on Indeed, found a door-to-door solar sales job. I was fuck it, I'm going to go knock doors. These guys look like they got something figured out.
Yeah.
So I went and knocked doors, and for almost my first year, I didn't make shit. I made enough to pay rent, and still remember calling up mom and dad and saying, hey, can I get $200 for groceries or something like that? And I'm very grateful that I had them for that. A lot of people don't have their parents that they can run to. Yeah. I had that. Now, if I was hey, can I get $1,000? No, that's not going to happen. But if they're you need to eat, here's $150 for the month to get some groceries. Absolutely, they would be there to help me. And I'm grateful for because I didn't make shit for money.
Yeah.
In solar, I think a lot of it was the door-to-door industry is very dirty, especially when it gets young kids. Older managers take advantage of them.
That's sales, though. That's why I'm trying to make a lot of content here recently, just exposing that. Mm-hmm. And so it's good to get guys like you on that wake up sooner than others.
And it took me a year and a half. In solar, I worked for free down here. I think I made $30K in my first year and a half. And then my second year of solar, I started to pick it up a little bit. Yeah. Left companies, got new leadership. Whole different story. I started getting my money. But I guess quickly to get back to the point, solar was great till it wasn't. Everybody from California, and I'm Arizona, everybody from California, Texas, all these other surrounding states came to Arizona to sell solar. It's the sunniest state. It's got the most sun, so that's where everyone came. And it got wiped out pretty quick to where government regulations came in. And it just wasn't, like you would make a lot of money June, July, August, and then say you'd make 90K June, July, August, but you'd finish the year at 120K.
Yeah.
You're kind of fucking off the rest of the year is what I looked at.
Yeah.
Can I swear on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're messing around the rest of the year, so I was like, shit, like I'm making all this money in the summer, nothing the rest of the year. Why don't I sell something that, A, I don't have to go traveling around all these other states to try to sell, and B, I didn't have to wait for a season. It wasn't controlled by a season. So that's when it takes me back. I was knocking doors. I was actually getting testing for my life insurance license. I don't know where I found life insurance. Instagram. Got a DM.
Yeah.
But I was testing for where I'm at now, FFL, and was knocking doors, just finishing up my solar career, trying to get a sale or two before I, switched complete sales roles. And I knew every sales place you go to, there's going to be a gap in income. So I knew there was going to be a gap. I was okay, I need to get a couple solar sales to fill that gap before I make that transition. And I'm knocking doors, knock on a guy from, I don't know, can I say the
I would say just captive company.
from a captive company.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I'm testing through FFL and the non-captive company. Working in solar, this is what I was getting to before the podcast. It's whether you're with company A, B, C, all the way to Z in solar, you're selling solar panels. So I figured insurance, when I'm coming in insurance, it doesn't matter what company I'm with, you're selling insurance.
Yeah.
Didn't know that there was a whole different world to brokerages, to captive companies. So as I'm testing through FFL, I got this guy right here at captive company, and he's 15 minutes down the street from me. I'm like, okay, I want to work with you. Like, you're here. I could probably get hands-on training. I want to work with you instead of FFL. I didn't know there was a difference. So I went to the captive company for 2 months, and I left solar making $7-8 grand a month. Like, wasn't super great, but it was good money for 18, 19-year-old. At captive company, I made $2K in 2 months.
Yeah.
So I quickly realized this wasn't for me, and they made the biggest mistake they made. They ran these team trainings, which we could talk about that later, but it was stupid. They would run team trainings from 10 a.m. to fucking 2 in the afternoon.
This is your boy.
Oh.
Let me see what he wants. Yeah, you should answer. Be like, what do you want, bro?
Yo, dude, what do you need?
I was wondering, that stack that you post on your story of like NAD and all that nonsense?
Yeah, this is Dante, Wiley.
Dante.
We're live on pod, my boy.
Dude, that is so funny, bro. You guys are getting
It's Tristan. Yes, sir.
We might as well talk live about these peptides. What's your question?
Dude, yeah, what are those peptides? I was walking in the office and I was like, man, I'm going to go get an IV drip. And then I saw what you posted and I was like, let me call TD real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you the whole stack too of like the vitamins and peptides I take. But the go-to peptides is NAD, BPC 157, TB 500. It's called a Wolverine mix, and they're separate. I take those when I'm injured, so for recovery for the BPC. NAD is just cellular regeneration. And then I take a tesamorelin, ipamorelin. That's a mix as well. And I do that Monday to Friday, all microdose, all subcutaneous needles. And all my stack is built around longevity and quality.
All right, 2 things. First, you're going to have to send that to me.
I'm going to send you the list. I'm going to send you the list.
Hey, and you got to ask Dante after this, dude, if he took any stacks and how that went for him.
We'll get Dante's stack exposed right now, live. So.
Let's do it, dude. All right, wait. You guys enjoy the podcast, dude. I'll see you later, brother.
All right, G. Peace.
All right, now we're going to get into that.
And now we got to figure out what stack you
I don't
took,
even remember
bro.
where we were at, to be honest.
Where the hell were we? What were we talking about? Did you guys know what we were talking about? No? Come on, dog. B-roll. Supposed to know. Maybe we'll find it again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stack. What stack?
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about the captive company.
Oh, yeah. So I'm testing through FFL.
Yeah.
End up knocking on this guy's door that I'm finishing solar sales for from captive company.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he's local. I can get hands-on training from him. Other guy, actually, who just called us, North Carolina. And I'm like, I'd rather get the guy who's right here.
Yeah.
Didn't know there was a huge difference between companies. Go to captive company, make $2,000 in 2 months, which none of it was mine. It was coded to me. I didn't sell any of those deals. So, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? Like they give me the 75-page script.
You were somebody's bonus.
15 leads, which that's whose bonus I was is now at FFL.
Right.
Funny to say.
It's all funny. It all comes back.
Yeah, they all come.
It all goes back. I swore when I was a kid, I'd never go to brokerage world. I'm going to figure out how to make the captive world and become a billionaire. And I made content about this the other day, but keep going.
Yeah, I think I watched it with Stan.
I was with Stan. I've been on a content tear right now of just educating people.
Yeah, I watched the one the other day with Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I make $2K in 2 months, all coded business. Nothing I did myself. And during the 2 months that I was there, I didn't know how big of a role leads played into the insurance business. I had 15 leads for 2 months.
Lead
the
flow,
whole 2 months.
Lead quality, I believe, corresponds with life quality, and lead flow corresponds with cash flow. So the higher the quality of the lead, the higher the quality of your life's going to be. Because you can have a significant amount of leads. If they're low quality, you're going to have a low quality life. You're going to be working thousands of hours to generate ROI that you could have done with 10 leads that are super high quality. So if those 15 leads were super high quality and intentional leads, probably similar to the resources you run now, your life would have been way different. Maybe you would have stayed. You know what I mean? But the product that the issue with with captive companies is they're limited typically to one product. That's usually a lower quality product. So now they can't afford to even compete with the marketing expense of acquiring said customers, to even generate a higher quality lead. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys, it's like, that they try to argue back and fight this and fight that. But at the end of the day, every entrepreneur you look up to would never, ever select working in a limited market.
Yeah.
They never would.
And I think, so I was there at Captive Company, and it was 2 things that made me just right away, I was, okay, this isn't it. One was actually one of your stories.
Yeah.
It was, you were on your Instagram story, and you said, ask yourself, is your upline dialing the same leads that you are? Yeah. The answer was no. He had what was called policy.
Yeah, POS.
Yeah, so they would just upsell a bunch of, previous policy holders, warm leads that already knew their company was they're already clients of theirs. Like, of course you're going to sell those a lot easier than what I'm selling, which is free benefits. I wasn't even selling insurance. Like, that was the second half of the sale over at the Captive Company. But 2 months, made $2,000. They had a meeting and it said, like, agent growth. It was showing like agent growth, average agent growth for their agency. And it showed year 5 was where their agents on average were seeing their first 6 figures. Wow. And I looked at that and I was like, this isn't it. So I was like, fuck insurance. I was going back to solar. I was going straight back to solar. I called up my old manager. I'm like, hey man, I fucked up. Yeah. I'm gonna rally up my team again. Like, I'll get them back. Like, let me come back. And I actually milked out a 10K sign-on bonus to come back to solar. So I was like, bet. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't want to knock doors, but I'll take my 10K and at least I know I can do it. Yeah. And my upline at Captive Company, I told him, I was like, hey man, I got this sign-on bonus. I'm gonna take it. Like, sorry, this isn't for me. He gave me his sales pitch, convinced me to stay in for 1 more week. Yeah. And I was like, okay, 1 more week. I'll give it my all, give it my everything. Got to get something, got to figure it out. So I just got on Instagram, not even, because I didn't know the world of insurance. I didn't know there was another world. Got on Instagram, started following insurance. Happened to follow Zero Dark 30. Yeah. He sent me a message. He said, you ready to switch? I said, what does that mean? Like, I didn't know what that meant. Yeah. I think 24 hours later, I told my Captive manager I'm going back to solar. 24 hours later on my Instagram story, I had already sold some policies for FFL in Philly. I flew to Philly, got in their office on a Sunday, and had a policy sold by Monday morning.
Bro, where did he even come up with Zero Dark 30?
Is
it the war movie?
Well, isn't that the operation that killed Osama bin Laden?
It may have been.
I think that's
would he
the
have
name
that? Would that be the one he?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
Oh shit, we're gonna have to ask Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but I'm pretty sure that's the mission. Yeah. The name of the operation that killed Osama bin Laden was Zero Dark 30.
Damn, bro. Okay, so you start crushing it at FFL. What was your first full month like then? How long? That was what, 7 months ago?
Yep, 7.
So when would that have been? No, December?
No, it was longer than 7 months ago.
November?
This was 9 months ago, yeah.
Okay, so like October, November last year.
Yep. First full month was like a half a month. I peed on my issue pay. So what actually hit my bank account? $9,000.
Yeah.
In my first month. So I'm like, all right, this like my first half a month.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Did you ever
like,
get the $10,000 sign-on bonus?
from solar?
Yeah.
No, never went back.
Damn.
Within that whole time, I was
Should have got the 10 bands.
should have, but there's a contract to it.
Oh shit, it was a contract?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's a contract to all
Buddy
that
was
junk.
smart, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely knew not to.
Yeah.
It was last resort. Like it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to be on the doors. I was over solar. Like I
bro.
wanted, the goal was
Money
to figure.
loves speed. If you're committed to selling a product that is either one, limited in a sense of you can only sell one product, two, limited in regard to territory. If you have to knock doors, or like in the captive company, I don't know if you know this, but you're limited based off your territory. So the captive company decides what states you can
I
sell
didn't
in.
learn much or know much about where I was at, but we could only sell in Texas, and I thought that was super weird.
You have to be an idiot to sign up for entrepreneurship and tell yourself, hey, I want to make as much money as possible, but I'm only going to sell one product.
In one area.
In one area. You want to be able to sell the best products, all of the best products, and you want to be able to sell it to the whole world. That's the only thing I don't like about insurance. It's like,
You gotta stay in America.
You know what I mean? Like, we gotta stay in America. Like, there's billions. Like, the guys that really figure it out are the Jeff Bezos, the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk. That product goes around the whole world. The whole world. That's where it's like stupid money, man. Stupid money. So, but still, we've both, especially you, dude. Kudos to you for being younger and wiser. Whereas my ego. And that's if you ever wonder to yourself why you aren't able to convince guys to come do what you're doing, it's ego. Ego is why you're not closing them. It's not because you're not a good closer or you guys don't have proof or you don't have the results. You do have the proof. You do have the results. The issue is you're not going to close everybody, and eventually people wake up. Either they're 25, like I was when I woke up, or they're 45. Or, sadly, they go to the grave and they never woke up and they just bought into some pipe dream, whether that is a limited sales opportunity or just some 9-to-5. When in all reality, like, what do you lose when you take risk? Like, what do you really lose? I mean, you lose a couple bucks here and there and everything like that. But what you really lose by avoiding risk is far more than taking risk. You lose your life.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize they're literally.
What is
you're
it?
literally
What's the saying? The
sacrificing your life.
biggest risk is taking no risks.
Yeah, the biggest risk is taking no risk. You know what I mean? So
100%.
it's like, it's crazy. So, okay, so you're 9 months in now to the brokerage space. How much money do you think you've grossed income so far?
$400K.
Shit. Come on, dude. Way more than
Probably grossed. Yeah, $400K.
Probably more. I know the company that you came from specifically. I think that's probably more than, I would say, almost all of them.
Yeah, besides a couple guys.
You would be surprised. A lot of people fake it.
I mean, the thing about captive company, especially the one I was at, a lot of these guys that looked like they made a lot of money there had 12 other businesses.
Yeah.
They were doing, like, you know who, I don't know if I can say names, but.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I already get enough heat, bro.
You'll know him. But, like, he had all these cars and all these things in my agency.
Yeah.
And he was never selling. And I'm like, how? Like,
I know you're a good wrestler because you just want to call everyone's name out. It's like you don't care. You just blast double somebody.
He was never selling. So I'm like, how the fuck does this guy have all this shit?
Yeah.
And I come to realize now that I'm not there anymore, he had 12 other businesses in the background that he just made it look like it was coming from this one. It's not.
It's like politicians, insider trading. Like Nancy Pelosi having what is her salary, like $150,000, and her net worth's like $150 million.
Yeah.
That's why I try to relate. All corruption is related. You know, so many individuals, they hate the idea, like nobody loves taxes. Paying half your money to corrupt individuals that piss that money away into scandals, corruption, pedophilia rings, all of these horrible things. Literally, though, like, yeah, it's comical, but at the same time, it's literal. And it's like those same people that cry for better government and a better nation sign up for the same thing within their sales place.
Yeah.
They'll give up half their commission for corrupt leaders that sit back, lie, manipulate, and do all of these horrible things. Not that any humans are.
I mean, I was watching your podcast with Stan. You spent what? How many years producing $2 million a year for the company?
Income.
And you were getting,
no, not $2 million. $2 million on my 1099, and I was.
But you were only getting a $200K salary or W-2, whatever.
Yeah, correct. And the issue is exactly what you said in the very beginning. Young guys, I was 18 years old.
You're making 10%.
And I was making 10%. And that was only when I became a franchise owner. Prior to that, I made The year I made right before I became a franchise owner, I made a little under $400,000.
What does that mean? Franchise owner. Like
That's what they call the SGA.
captive. Okay.
Yeah,
SGA.
you know the SGAs.
RGA, SGA. I didn't know what it meant, but I remember. I
another
remember
thing.
I was supposed to somehow be an RGA. At some point.
Everybody's got a fancy. That's another thing I try to tell her. I try to warn guys. You have to be careful of fancy language, titles, trips, trophies. If it's not cash, it's deception. You're in business for cash. If you want anything else, go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? Are you a child? Like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine your kid came home and said, "Hey, Dad, the job rewarded me with a new title. I got a trophy and I got a ham sandwich." You probably beat your son's ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you an idiot? What do you mean you know? It's like that Family Guy episode, and my family jokes because they say this is what I'm like or what I've been like. Is when you ever watch Family Guy?
Growing up a little bit in college.
Okay, do you know fucking Jack the Giant Slayer, the story where Jack and the Beanstalk, where he trades his family's wealth basically for 4 magic beans?
Yeah.
That's basically like young kids, and that's exactly essentially what I did. It's like, hey, look, well, I got these magic beans, but you gave up $2 million. Well, I got these magic beans, and this is what it's supposed to turn into. And it's just super easy to people, you know, I posted this earlier. I like to read a lot of Stoicism and philosophy and things like that. Friedrich Nietzsche has a famous saying that most individuals don't want to know the truth. Reason being is they don't want their illusions destroyed. So another reason, and again, this just alludes to, again, people just have ego, is when you're trying to convince people of a better way, you're convincing them based off of the truth and the exposure that you've accepted. They haven't accepted it yet. I was living in an illusion that I wasn't willing to accept. I was trying to force my own reality, force my own truth. And I think sanity comes into play when you accept that not every dark place is meant to be lit up. You know what I mean? Like, allow darkness to be what it is. In its true form, it's darkness. In its true form, light is light. And so factually speaking, there is no, that's why I don't argue with most people, because I did the captive company at the highest level. I know what it's going to look like for people that stay there. I know what the brokerage opportunity looks like for people that do good business, protect the client, take care of the clients, put them first, and put their agents first, like Ronnie and Wiley do with all of you guys. There's a reason your guys' entire organization gets paid. There's a reason when I talk to the entire organization, everybody got money.
Yeah, because you've now had what, Tanner, Ronnie Buchica.
Every anybody I talk to.
You got the Shell brothers coming
the
soon?
Shell brothers are coming. Like, anybody I talk to with you guys, it's like, yeah, we got money. And I'm like,
paid.
You guys are getting paid. And this isn't even a paid promo for you guys. This wasn't scripted or anything like that. Like, you have to recognize what is a good business model. And so when you have control, you have the freedom, and you have the proof and results. People care about 2 things. They want proof. That's why I tell people, don't post leaderboards, post checks. You guys do that really well. Because why? You have the checks.
Yeah.
If someone's not posting checks, guess
They don't
why?
have them.
They don't have the check. You know what I mean? And then the second thing that you post that people care about is your truth. My content does really well because I tell the truth. Here's where I got screwed. Here's where I did well. You know what people love more? They don't care about what I did well. They love to hear about the pain.
They want to know what you did wrong.
They want to know what I did wrong. They want to laugh. They want to, resonate, whatever. It's kind of like that CEO of Astronomer. He's going through it right now. He cheated on his wife, and they put it.
Was that the baseball thing?
That was at the Coldplay, at the concert. And I feel bad, but that is how our nation's wired. And I don't feel bad for, him getting exposed for cheating. I don't condone cheating. But I feel bad that it just...
It's all over the world.
It shows what our nation feeds off of. Yeah. We feed off of people's downfall.
Drama.
We feed off drama. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how you get rich. You give them what they want. I give people drama. You know what I mean? Like, when the people see me, they know drama's coming. I'm going to give you some drama. Because they pay for it.
Yeah.
And I just need to get paid.
Yes, sir.
So what's the next year look like? I don't like to go too far out in the future. Some people have these corny ass questions. What is your 5-10 year plan? I really don't care about that. I want to know what's Dante doing over the next 12 months?
Over the next 12 months, dude. So, I mean, when I started the whole deal, the whole insurance, when I started recruiting, when I started building my agency, I was in Arizona.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Minnesota. So that's where my office is at now. I packed up ship.
Wow.
Went back home.
Are you a Vikings fan?
Hell no. I was... You know what? I was born and raised in Ohio, so guess what?
No.
Cleveland Browns, baby.
Bro, what happened to Manziel?
Just about everything but the football game.
Do you watch any other podcasts? He was just on Logan Paul.
I just watched it.
What do you think?
The other day. I watched half of it, so I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I kind of got like half too.
Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah.
I was on Zoom with the guys I had in the background.
Right?
But I mean, it's cool to hear his side of the story and what he talks about it now.
Yeah.
And what I didn't like is what he said about Cleveland. He just hated being there.
Yeah,
he hated everything to do with
Cleveland.
Cleveland. And I think he did well by being honest, saying that anywhere he would have went, he probably would have fucked up.
I feel like he's being soft though. He can definitely go back. How old is Aaron Rodgers?
100%. I mean, I think he's
he was
he's
like, I don't think I
accepting
could go
defeat.
back. Like,
He's completely
bro, you're
accepted
32,
defeat. Yeah.
bro. Go back. What are you doing? Take some tests and then just hop off right before you
He'll
get
be
back.
good to go, yeah.
You know what I mean? Get in there.
He'll be ready to rock.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Who do you got? You guys, I'm so sorry. We'll get into your plan, but you guys have freaking what's his face now? Sanders, right?
Dude, that's just another media case. Like
Yeah.
I remember when we drafted him, my dad he wasn't happy, he wasn't mad. He's just like, it's just another thing the Browns don't need.
Yeah.
They need to actually do exactly what we're doing. They need to put their head down, hop on the phones, go to fucking work. They need to hop on the field, go to fucking work. Now, I'm not an NFL coach, so I'm not going to give the Browns their advice, but they don't need any more bullshit like that coming through their system or their portal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just more of a headache, I think, for them.
Yeah,
but hey, give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing he's always done well, at least from watching him in college, is performing under pressure or when he's mad.
Yeah.
And I think letting him fall that far in the draft.
Do you think he'll start?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, who do we got back there?
Who do you have?
We have Joe Flacco. We have Sanders.
You guys have like 5 quarterbacks.
We have a whole team of quarterbacks back there, but that's the problem is I can't name any of them, so they all
Who's
suck.
a running back?
Do we still have Nick Chubb?
I don't think you do.
I work, man. Like,
I was gonna say you probably don't know. So I'm the same way. Like I like the Cowboys, but I don't know who plays. I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I watch the Super Bowl.
I see what I might see pop up on
Yeah.
Instagram, like if I follow NFL or something.
That's it.
But I don't.
That's it.
On Sundays, like I'm not sitting there watching football.
Yeah. No.
Still in the office on Thursdays when football's playing.
Yeah.
It might be on in the office, but I don't really know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Locked in, trying to get paid like the NFL.
Exactly.
Correct. So what's your offices in Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yeah. So I mean, if you sell insurance in Minnesota, you're either selling it for me or for freaking Adam or somewhere in the mix.
Yeah.
But what I feel about Minnesota is we grew really fast in
Yeah.
Minnesota, and it's so small. It's like a blue collar minded, small minded place. Like it's either you go to college for 4 years and you become like a nurse, or you work at a local hospital or something like that, or B, you hop into what your dad did and go be a welder, blue collar.
Yeah, I feel like you guys got unions up there.
Tons of union. My brother's an electrician in the union.
Yeah. I wonder if he gets calls from the captive company because it's a union.
I used to
company.
call as local pipe fitters.
Yeah.
But so it's like that. It's either you go to college, go do that, or you go and join the union, do what your pops did.
Why don't you have your brothers sling on the side, like sling on some weekends or something?
I don't know, dude. It's something about business and family. Like, it's just something I don't want to get involved.
What if they asked?
That's the problem. They've never asked.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think my brother sold solar for me a little bit. One of them, and he was really good at it. But I mean, one of them's a hands-on dude. Like he truly, like he's a man of the land, likes to fish, likes to hunt.
Yeah, the charter.
Lives in the middle of the woods, like in his little log cabin with his girlfriend. And just like, he's got his system and he likes it. Like he's happy. So it's not my problem. And if they need help, like it's super cool. Like they call me up and they're like, hey dude, like my truck broke down. I need help. I'm there. But I don't know if I want to be in business with my family.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
that. I respect that, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's highlight as we wrap up some of the people that you've worked with, Wiley, Ronnie. We kind of showed them some love, but where do you feel like you've gotten the most impact that was given to you that helped you change the game outside of leads, and who gave that to you and what was it?
It's Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Ronnie 1000%. I mean, there's a reason Ronnie's where it's at, and it's not like I can't just be like, here's something specific that Ronnie gave me.
It's the aura. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Ronnie's big on, number one, like if I were to give you anything, he's big on leading from the front.
Yeah.
So my big thing is like, I got a team doing $500,000 a month, but guess what?
You're
this
pumping
morning
out.
I was selling deals with them on Zoom. Tonight when we go back, I'll be on Zoom selling deals with them. So that's one thing that Ronnie does really good at. Lead from the front. A lot of people, they want to get out of the field. Everyone wants to be out of the field.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's sales. You have to sell.
You got to sell.
And until you have, like, what Ronnie's always taught me is until you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people to replace your numbers on the leaderboard, stick your ass in the field.
That's so
Whether you're
fire.
doing $1 million, $2 million a month, unless you got 5 people that can replace, like you could be doing $1 million a month, but you could have 2,000 agents.
Yeah.
That's what's the average? What's the
It's dog shit.
2K per agent?
Yeah.
Is average agent? Exactly. So unless you have those 10, people to replace your numbers on the leaderboard every single month,
Yeah, facts.
I stay in the field. But I think that's the biggest thing that I've definitely gotten from Ron is just straight up leading from the front and actually doing it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I will tell my agents to do
That you
or
wouldn't
anyone
do.
on my team that I either A, haven't done, and I have proof of doing it on the leaderboard or
Correct.
checks from it, whatever, or B, that I'm not right there doing with them.
Correct.
Like I got guys that in my office, I have to kick people out at midnight
Yeah.
because they're sitting in there, and that's the standard we have on our team.
Yeah.
It's midnight, but guess what? It's only 5 o'clock in Hawaii, and that's the beauty of our business. We can dial anywhere. We can sell from anywhere, from any state. I think there's like 2 hours of the 24-hour time period that it might not make sense to dial, but other than that, there's somewhere to sell.
There's somewhere to sell always. There's literally somewhere to sell always. And there's no shortcut around it. The individuals looking for a shortcut, they always fail. They're always looking for a new opportunity. They're always blaming some system, leads, tech, people. They're blaming everybody but themselves, auditing themselves and realizing they don't work at all. People think they work. They don't work. They don't. If you know what day of the week it is, if you know what time it is, if you don't have this sensation inside of you that just burns, that you just want to make money almost like you're at war 24/7, you're not working. You're the problem. And you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror at night and just realize you've given your all. That's manhood. That's fulfillment. That's you being an adult and realizing, people are like, well, I need to be in love with it. I need to be passionate about it. You should be in love and passionate about not being broke, being able to provide for yourself and your family. Does that mean you need to go be a billionaire? No. But you should do everything within your power to sell a product, service, or do good work to generate income so that you're able to take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
Do you think being broke is a choice?
I absolutely think broke is being a choice, bro. I'm an absolute antagonist, instigator. I will hurt people's feelings because I believe everything that is wrong with someone's world is their responsibility. There's individuals that have done great things in this world that have been absolutely restricted to a wheelchair, to bed, not able to see, not able to hear, not able to, just do some of the things that we all take for granted. And they were able to do phenomenal things. Somebody, who comes in and crushes insurance? Immigrants.
Yeah.
People that English is their second language.
We have a guy, when I started at FFL.
Yeah.
His name's Mo. You've probably seen him. King Mo.
Yeah.
But we started on the same day, me and King Mo. We actually slept, my first month, I slept in Ronnie's office in the Philly on the floor on an air mattress right next to that dude. But I remember, and he's one of our best guys now. He's always top 10.
English is probably his second
agency.
language.
Dude, he barely, it's actually funny. I don't want to embarrass him or nothing, but he was writing a thing on the whiteboard the other day and we had to teach him how to spell the word excuses. But he makes $50,000 a month and he doesn't even know how to fucking spell the word excuses.
You don't need...
We were sitting there all night long, I remember. I'm teaching him how to read the script in English. He didn't know English, but all he knew is how to read the script in English. He didn't know what it meant. He just read it in English, and that's all he did. He worked 12 hours a fucking day. Dials. And he got paid. Like, that's a prime example of
just work.
You get in what you get, what you get out what you put in.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
But yeah, King Mo is crazy.
King Mo, let's go. Hey guys, well, this is another episode of the Adversity Kings podcast. Shout out to Dante. How do I pronounce the last name?
Visci.
Visci. Is it Italian?
Yeah.
Figured it's Italian. Where can people find you if they want to work with you?
My Instagram, Dante.Visci. And then you can always shoot me a call, shoot me a text, 480-349-7998.
Let's go. All right, guys. Peace out.